Plug point. Yeah. When I connect. Sure, okay. This unrolled எப்படி switch பண்றது? Oh, this page. Okay. Got it. Okay, cool. பேரு Shalini and Sri Sai Lakshmi. I'll call you Lakshmi. என் பேர் அக்ஷயா. So I'll be handling mathematics for you guys, foundation. So எனக்கு little bit of background கொடுத்துருங்களேன் உங்களை பத்தி. எப்போ 12th முடிச்சிங்க? 12th என்ன மேக்ஸ் எடுத்தீங்களா இல்லை ஐ மீன் இது ஹிஸ்ட்ரி குரூப்பா? ஓகே. நான் எனக்கு how much is your foundation of mathematics எனக்கு தெரிஞ்சா it will be easier for me to train you accordingly. So this will be a very very interactive class and I'm not here to coach you guys but rather push you or nudge கொடுத்து I'll enable you to do sums on your own, or I'm here to more or less give you the concepts. Okay, well, it will be a very interactive class, one back and forth interaction. So yes, you were.
கூகுள் மீட்ல மைக் அன்மியூட் பண்ணாம
டுவெல்த் நாங்கள் வரணும் இல்லையா? ஓகே. எப்போ 12th முடிச்சிங்க? இந்த இயர் தான் முடிச்சிங்க. ஸோ திஸ் இஸ் யுவர் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டைம் அப்பியரிங் ஃபார் ஃபவுண்டேஷனாக இருக்கும் இல்லையா? ஓகே. ஸோ ஆர் வி வெயிட்டிங் ஃபார் பீப்புள் டு ஜாயின் ஆர் கேன் வி ஸ்டார்ட்? உங்கள் பேட்ச் ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமா? சரி, ஓகே. நேரில் இன்னும் வரமாட்டாங்களா சார்? ஓகே, நான் கேட்டுக்கிறேன். இஃப் ஷீ இஸ் கம்மிங் ஐ வில் ஜஸ்ட் வெயிட் அண்ட் ஸ்டார்ட் ஃபர்ஸ்ட் டே ஆர் சரி, ஓகே. சரி, ஓகே. டன். ஸோ ஸ்டார்ட் பண்ணலாமா? உங்களுக்கு ஓவராலாக சிலபஸ் பற்றி ஒரு இது இருக்கா? ஒரு ஐடியா இருக்கா? சிஏ கோர்ஸ் பற்றி ஒரு ஐடியா இருக்கா? எதுக்காக சிஏ சூஸ் பண்ணீங்க? நியூ guys on who joined online unmute பண்ணிட்டு பேசலாம். So why did you guys take the CA course? And I also want your background. So one by one if you can unmute and talk, it'll be great. Guys? Hi, your name? I still can't hear you. Ari? Ari Arifa. Okay, nice. Akshya, my name is. Okay, wow. So, உங்க background 12th எப்போ முடிச்சீங்க? 2 months before. Okay. Max foundation எப்படி? Alright, okay. ஏன் அது மேக்ஸ்னால ஒரு யூனிவர்சல் ஒரு ஃபோபியா இருக்குல்ல? But you took 12th you took foundation. I mean mathematics இல்லையா? As part of your commerce group. Oh, you're from Biomax. Oh, nice. And then how did you, choose to do CA? Got it. Okay, nice. So comfortable language will be Tamil, English put together. Guys, online, I think at least you have to respond to this because in order to understand the subject, you need to let me know whether Tamil, English put together is okay or just English is okay or just Tamil is okay. Else you'll not understand, the class if you're not telling me the preferred language. Sorry? Yeah, okay. So, as you've unmuted, could you let me know your name and, your foundation in mathematics? Okay. So, you've completed your 12 this year? Okay. You've attempted foundation earlier? Okay, all right. Okay, so that's with that background, let's start today's class. Okay, so இன்னைக்கு நம்ம மெயினா பார்க்க போறது வந்து let's start with ratio. Okay, ratio and proportion is what I've planned, but let's start with ratio. Okay, so why ratios? So if a foundation, this is a CA professional course. Okay, mathematics they have included as a subject as much as you have accounts, law, and economics. These are the 4 subjects that you have, right? So why do you think accounts? Of course, it's relevant to the course. Law, to an extent, it's relevant to a course. But why mathematics? Has this question lingered to any of you guys earlier? Any other views on that? So Max, see, I am a bit of a background myself. I am a Biomax. I myself took Biomax in 11th and 12th. I went on to do BSc Mathematics, and then while I was studying in college, I got influenced to come into CA. So Max is a very interesting subject, and it's a very integral part of all of our lives. Okay, as much as basic sciences or the beauty of your physics or chemistry or everything is intertwined with your life. Okay, right from riding a bicycle, there's a lot of physics involved in it. Okay, similarly mathematics, you have to have that view of mathematics where it is very very basic and essential part of your life, and as much as it is for your CA course. Okay, accounts is nothing but a lot of basic maths. You feel பண்ணிருக்கீங்களான்னு தெரியல. That's how, at least from a maths background, when I came into accountancy, I did a lot of instead of when the debit what comes in அந்த மாதிரி படிக்கிறதை விட I did lot of max backing to understand the accounting concepts. Okay, so that helped me. And especially உங்களுக்கு ஃபவுண்டேஷன் மேக்ஸில் இருக்கிற சாப்டர்ஸ் எல்லாமே பார்த்தீங்கன்னா up until probably differential integral அது வந்து கொஞ்சம் I mean I'll not say irrelevant, but that will not be utilized in your day-to-day accountant life. Okay, but rather இப்போ ரேஷியோலாம் எடுத்தீங்கன்னா it is very important, and things places where you will use ratio will be more often than you think. Okay, one if someone can give me an example where ratio or proportion is used in accounts. Classic example, partnership. And huh? Yeah, partnership accounting. Yes, partnership accounting. Your ratio, your financial statements, as per your Companies Act, it is mandated to give some 10 ratios as part of your disclosure. So these are the places where you will be definitely using ratios. Okay, so, and I think that is the reason they have included as part of your syllabus as well. Okay, so how much do you guys know about what is ratio? How much do you guys know about ratio? Correct. So dig in more. Dig in more, or someone else. Another representation of division, or rather collection of data. Okay, so I can say there are 3 girls in the class and 3 guys, or I can say the ratio of guys and girls is the same, is 1:1. Okay, it's a form of or representation of data. Okay, next. And as she said, it's similar quantity. I mean, when you do a ratio, you compare similar things. Okay, you don't compare chairs to students, or that becomes a different comparison. Okay, next. You've been a lot silent. Anything that pops into your head? I mean, strictly, there's no right or wrong in this classroom. Okay, it's all discussion. Like I told you, this class is going to be really interactive, and maths is very interesting if it's interactive. And I am really not going to solve problems. I'll enable you to solve problems. I'm setting the expectation right in the first class, because it's better if you come in with a certain set of expectation. Yes. Okay, got it. Yeah. Sorry? Is to, yeah, okay. Right, yes. And that's one way to put it, but yeah, there's more truth to it, yes. So largely, this is the idea, okay. So there is inverse ratio, subduplicate ratio, duplicate ratio. In the basics, do you guys know, or do you want me to walk you through? Let's walk through by examples. Okay, study matter kalatiyum. You guys? Let's start with an example. Inverse ratio. Okay, inverse ratio of 11:15. What do you think will be in inverse ratio? It's just the opposite. Okay. So if I say the ratio of girls to boys in this class is 11:15, as in this example, the inverse ratio of that will be 15:11, which means I have to change the sentence. The ratio of what girls to boys to girls will be 15:11. So it's just the representation. Data representation is different, oriented in a different way. Okay, that's simply inverse ratio. I mean, given by inverse, many people might tend to take it as 1 by 11, but that's not the case. It's just a data representation way. Okay, and coming to duplicate ratio, what do you think will be duplicate ratio? Square. So duplicate is, what do you think is duplicate? Something? No, duplicate. Not similar also. Strictly in mathematics, duplicate is double. Okay, I'm doubling the quantity. Okay, and when you double the quantity, it's always in max it's squared. It is represented by squared, or you multiply the quantities. So that will be the duplicate ratio. And that being said, triplicate ratio will be triplicate. Duplicate is square of the ratio. Triplicate will be cube of the existing ratio. So far good. So far we are not seeing much. It has to be good, okay. Okay, subduplicate ratio. So duplicate ratio is doubling. So you're, squaring the ratios. Subduplicate ratio, you're doing a, taking a square root. And subtriplicate will be taking a cube root. So we are just discussing the basics. Do you want me to repeat from the first or just the subduplicate and the subtriplicate?
I didn't quite get what subtriplicate and duplicate was.
Okay, so duplicate is basically squaring the ratios. Okay, subduplicate will be taking a square root of it. So basically, duplicate ratio of 3:4 will be, yeah, square root of it. Done. Okay, will be the square of it. Okay, so and in case of a subduplicate ratio of 25:36 will be, is eraser. Okay, I'm not able to find the eraser. Will be the square root of it. Okay. Similarly, if you want a triplicate ratio, it will be cube and cube root. Clear? Yeah. All right. So let's dive into questions. More questions? Yes. So let's attempt to solve one by one, and wherever there's questions, let's come back. Jump. Questions. So largely, I think the first one is already discussed. Two you can attempt. Someone read the question. What is an antecedent? First quantity. So when I say 3 is to 4, 3 is the antecedent, consequent is the 4. Okay. So, yes. 20. This will be 20. So this will be A. The ratio of quantities is okay. Next comes an interesting concept. What is a compound ratio? Anyone else? So when I have, so here I have 2 is to 3, 9 is to 4, 5 is to 6, and 8 is to 10. Okay. So compound ratio will be a multiplication of these ratio. I multiply all the antecedents, I multiply all the concepts. Okay. So here it will simply be 2 into is to 3. Yeah. And see, you can either multiply or you can, simply cross off. No. We are talking about either. 720, right? Okay, yeah. 720 and 720 is just 1 is to 1. Duplicate ratio of 3 is to 4 is 9 is to 6. Duplicate ratio of 3. Option? Yes. Read the question so that I'll know which question you guys are. So up until 8, all of you are in line? Basic, okay. Next. So what is the question in Amadla? So you guys are asked to compound the ratio. What are the ratios? 4 is to 9. Duplicate. Never rush into the question. Okay, so questions has to be broken down into what is asked, what is the data. Guys, clear on the 9th? Or rather clear until 9th question? Any questions? I appreciate you being little louder. You're literally murmuring. I'm not able to hear you. Again, how does the? Okay, they're asking you to compound two ratios. One ratio is given to be 4:9. The other ratio is the duplicate ratio of 3:4. What is the duplicate ratio? Duplicate ratio is just squaring the existing ratio. What is my existing ratio is 3:4. So 3 squared is 9. 4 squared is 16. So the two ratios that I have to compound in order to arrive at my question, answer is 4:9, and the duplicate ratio of 3:4, which is nothing but 9:16. So 4 into two antecedents has to be multiplied, this and this. 4. Is that okay? So I can cancel out. This is 4. So 1:4 will be the answer, which is A. Clear on this? Question. Read the question.
The duplicate ratio of 3:2, the duplicate ratio of 2:3, and 9:7 is.
So what is being asked?
We have to compound the ratios.
Compounding the ratios, the task. Good. Okay. What are the ratios to be compounded? So just for clarity, let me project the. So we're looking into the 10th problem. They're asking you to compound the ratios, and the ratios to be compounded are 4:9, the duplicate ratio of 3:4, the triplicate ratio of 2:3, and 9:2. Okay. And here's where a bit of English knowledge will also help. See, you have to read the question in a very semantic way. Okay. So this should not be interpreted as triplicate ratio of these two put together. Okay. It's just the triplicate ratio of 2:3, and 9:7 is another ratio. Got it? Because when you're timed, now when you're in a very relaxed manner, okay, when you're timed, you tend to go wrong on, the punctuations, and where the, and, or, these are words, you tend to get jumbled, okay, so you have to practice reading the question. Okay, so what are the ratios to be compounded? They've given you 4 ratios, 4:9.
The duplicate of 3:4 is 9:16.
Mm-hmm.
Duplicate of 2:3 is 8:27.
I have to triplicate it, right? Triplicate of 2:3, 9:6, 9:7. Yes. So 4:9 comes as is where is. This is 9:16, 8:27, 9:7 rather. Okay. So multiplying all the antecedents. Cancels 2 times price This is twice. So end up with 2:21, yes. 2:21. Which is C. Material? Yeah. Next is can we jump to 12th? It's kind of similar to 11th. I mean, I'll let you guys work on it, but let me know the answer for that. Eleven. 11th. Yeah. What is the answer? 9 is 2? Yeah. None of the above is the answer. Guys, clear till 11th? Or do you want me to work on the 11th? 11th is kind of similar to what we discussed right now on the 10th. Yeah. Continue. If you're confident, continue. 12th, அப்படி continue பண்ணுங்க. He just asked me for some time, so. Don't ever get into points. Tell me before. Tell me a whole number. Yeah, multiplying is okay, but you must have, before arriving at a point, you must have, gotten to a whole number, right? Tell me that stage. Or rather, tell me what are the numbers did you multiply? So So they're asking you for a compound ratio of 4:5, 9:7, triplicate ratio of 3:4, which means you have to do a cube and then a triplicate ratio of. Are you right until here? Okay. So multiplying all the four cube is 64, right? 4 cube is 64. Yeah. Correct தானே? ஏன் முழிக்கிறா? So 16, 2. So it will be 9:70, which is not there in the options. Hence it is none of the above, which is D. Okay, understood? Next 12th. So 12th is, they've given you A is to B is equal to 3:4. Okay. And then they're asking you to find out okay. That method is right, but I just want you to understand the concept here. Does it mean, so you're substituting A as 3 and B as 4. Okay, does that mean the value of A is 3? It's a multiple of 3. Okay, so ratio, you have to be very conscious. So A's value is not 3. Okay, it's a multiple of 3. As you see now, in a particular sum, we got 720 is to 720, which is 1:1, which is a multiple of 1. I mean, everything is a multiple of 1. That's a bad example, but yeah, rather. So your ratio is, your ratio is always a higher, could be a higher number. Okay, so this essentially does not mean A is equal to 3, B is equal to 4. It's 3x and 4x. Okay, and even if you multiply with x, you will arrive at the same, x will eventually get cancelled out, and that's why you're simply substituting A as 3 and B as 4. This is a very basic concept, and you have to have that in mind. So, Vare. If you're stuck there, go past it. I'll come back. I'll address 14 anyway. So, coming back to 12, it would be A is to B is equal to, and so 2 into 3 plus 3 into 4. With me until 12? Did you guys understand?
Yes, ma'am. But
Mm.
took the long route.
Sorry, no. Again, you're not audible.
I kind of did it in a complicated way.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's another route that you can take, but that's not necessary. I mean, this is okay. See, again, all these are whatever we discuss in class, no? Uh, Especially in equations, the next chapter that we are going to discuss. Uh, in class, I'll tell you the long route, the actual mathematical route. But go back home and apply the options route. Options route is simply substituting the options. Okay, that is large because see, ultimate goal is to know the concept is one. Okay, which you're coming to class knowing the concept and everything. But what is the ultimatum here? To clear foundation. Okay, you're given a particular time limit. So your ultimate goal is to solve the so and so number of questions in so and so number of time. Okay, so the best route is to substitute options, check whatever is there, and then whichever option is true, tick. Simple. Okay, but that doesn't mean you don't have to know the concept, and that's why you're learning the concepts. Okay, so yes, this will be very true, especially for chapters going forward, especially equations, because equations are always long drawn. Okay, like what he did right now is instead of substituting A as 3 and B as 4, you can also represent a ratio like this, right? So A is equal to 3 by 4. I mean 3B by 4. Okay, and he has substituted that everywhere and done this. This is one way to solve. That's a good way. Okay, but the best way in an exam environment is to go by the options method. And wherever that's possible, I will encourage for you to do that. But not in class, only in exam. Because if you do that in class, you'll not know the concept. Okay, all right. So moving on to 13th. Two numbers are in the ratio 2:3. If 4 is subtracted from each, their ratio is 3:5. What are the numbers? How did you work? So, two numbers are in the ratio 2:3. Mm. Mm. Okay, so this will be A is to B, correct? Huh? So, is equal to, and then solving the, again, how did you solve this? Here your division method will work. A by B is equal to 2 by 3. So A is equal to 2. Mm. That also works. Next question, 14. That you had a question, yes, will work. Can I move on to 14? Yeah. Read the question. Mm. So there is a triangle. This is called an angle, correct? Okay. So these are in the ratio 2:. How will you find out this? Mm. Hmm? Mm. 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 9, 9, 20, right? 20x is equal to. So whenever there is angle, all put together will add to 180. Okay, triangle. Triangle has 3 angles. That's why triangle. Okay. So this is, as I told you, it's 2 multiple of 2 multiple of, so this is a multiple of 2, there's a multiple of 7, there's a multiple of 11. So 2x plus 7x plus 11x will add to 180 because it's a triangle. Okay, this is where your option method again helps. Only, the answer for this is C, right? Only C is in that ratio, if I am right. Other two are not even in 2, 7 and 11 ratio. So concept is all the angles put together will add to 180. That is the concept. Okay. Answer to find out is only C is in that ratio. So it goes by C. 15. 190. We're talking about yes. But again, going by concept. So what is the question? Can someone explain the question to me? You both were able to solve? Uh, Again, I want to discuss the concept. Do you understand 15? Are you in question 15? what is asked, what is given. Let's first focus on that. Move on. If you're done, move on. Guys, anyone who can, decipher the question 15 for me? What is asked, what is given? Correct. So, what if they asked you to find is, so question reads as, there are two people X and Y. Okay. There are two people X and Y, and they have some money in hand, which adds to 324. Okay. So, the ratio of their holding is 11:7. Okay. So, which means so when I divide 11 plus 7 is 18, right? When I divide this by 18, I get 18. Eleven x. So it simply reads as 11x plus 7x is equal to 324. 18x is equal to 324. X is equal to 18. So 11 into 18 is what X holds, and Y holds 18 into 18. Sorry, 7 into 18. Seven into 18, which gives me 128 is to 198 into 126. Clear? So till 15 question, any doubts? Am I going slow? Am I going fast? The speed is adequate. Are you guys understanding? Should you want me to slow down? Please let me know. Or if you want me to speed it up also, let me know. I can do that. Okay, coming to 16th. So there's a person A who earns, so A earns 80 rupees in 7 hours, right? B earns 12 hours. So they're asking the ratio of their earnings. Okay. One person is earning 80, one person is earning 90. Okay. So they're asking you to find the ratio of earnings. This is where going back to the concept is important. What did we learn first? Ratio is comparison of similar quantity. So when A is able to earn 80 in 7 hours and B is able to earn 90 in 12 hours, this is not similar quantity. Okay, so you have to calculate per hour earning to make it similar. 80 by 80 by 7 is A's earning. B's earning per hour will be 12 by 90 by 12. So then compare the ratios. So by default, you're not given with similar data to calculate the ratio. So make the data similar and then calculate the ratio. What did you get? So A is to B is will be 80 by 70, which is divided by 90 by 12, which in turn implies 80 by 70 into reversing. This goes 9 times, this goes 8 times, and then 4, 3. So 32 is to 21. Option A. 17. The ratio of two numbers is 7 is to 10. The difference is so there are two numbers. A is to B. They are in the ratio 7 is to 10. Here. How will you find out the difference? Is it B minus A or A minus B? So you have to, so by default here B is the larger number. Okay, so you have to take B minus A as 105. Now if you take A minus B, then it will be negative. X shall be Hmm. So 18, there are 3 cities. The average ratio of temperature between Q and P are given, and then P and Q are given, then P and R are given. What you are asked to find out is the average temperature between Q and R. Correct. You guys got option B? Puncha. Hmm? Next is 3:4 is the ratio of x and y. So you are asked to find out x square y plus xy squared is to cube x cube y cube. Hmm. Moving on, 12. Interesting. Someone read the question. 20, yes. P by Q. Ah. Hmm. Yes. So where you're applying the root becomes very important. Again, here is where you have to pay attention to the question. You're able to solve or you want me to solve? Hmm? You want me to solve? Yes. So you understood this part of the question. So where the root comes is very important. So in the question it says P is to Q is the subduplicate ratio of this one. Okay. So here, in order to remove the roots, if you square on both sides, the root will get cancelled out. So P square by Q square is equal to P minus, which implies cross multiplying on both sides, P squared Q minus P squared x squared is equal to P Q squared minus x squared, which implies taking out, what are the commons that we have? Sorry, qx squared. Okay, multiplying. So bringing x squared on the same side, I will have 2 p squared minus up until this, okay? Then I have a P and Q common. So if I pull out PQ, what will I be having? P minus P minus Q is equal to x squared into P squared minus Q squared. Okay. So x square is equal to PQ divided by P squared minus Q squared x squared is equal to, what is P squared minus Q squared? P plus Q into P minus Q. So cancelling out P minus Q, I will be remaining with x squared is equal to x square equal to PQ by P plus Q, which is option C. Got it clear? Mm. 21.
2x is to 3d is the duplicate ratio of 2x minus c is to 3p minus p then.
Mm. 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 So 2s is to 3t is the duplicate ratio of is to 3t minus p. So duplicate ratio I am taking a square. So 2s by 3t is equal to p square minus 2 into 2. TP la. This is the long round working. So ultimately you arrive at p square is equal to, yes. Work out and let me know if you have questions on this. $22 also similar. Done. 25 வரைக்கும் முடிச்சிட்டியா? எது வரைக்கும் முடிச்சிட்டியா? You? Guys, done with 21? Done till 25? Do. Guys, none till 21, or do you want me to explain 21 or 22? 21 and 22 are quite similar.
What
20, okay, I can work on 20 again. So 20 you started. Till the cross multiplication, you are with me? I'm bringing all the x squared on one side. Okay, so p squared q, if this q squared p is taken on the other side, the sign will change. Here it's positive, right? When it goes on the other side, its sign will change. So minus q squared p is equal to, here it's negative p squared x squared. So if you go on the other side, if you take that on the other side, the sign will change to positive. And this, since I am retaining on the same side, it will be negative. Okay, so I'll arrive at this. You're with me till this? Okay. So what do I have in common on my LHS, left hand side? I have p squared q minus q squared p. Okay, p squared q is nothing but I have two p's, p into p. Okay, and q squared is q into q. So I have a p and a q as common. Okay, so I'm taking out p and q from this equation, and the rest of the data will be represented as q minus p. With me till here? Okay. Similarly, here what do I have common? X squared is common. So, p squared minus q squared. Okay? Okay. So, my x squared will become now, so x squared is here. When I take x squared to, when I want to know what my x squared is, what will I do? The multiplication here with the x squared will become division on the other side. So my x squared is divided by p squared minus q squared. All right? What is p squared minus x squared? P squared minus q squared. Going back to your, a plus b the whole squared formula, a minus b the whole squared formula, or coming from that root, you must have also come across this formula where a squared plus b squared, a squared minus b squared. What is it? Able to recall? It's simply a plus b into a minus b. Okay, so these two are common, I'm cancelling out, so it becomes x square is equal to pq by p plus q. All right. Okay. Twenty. 23. Okay. So can you work on 21 and 22 and get back to me for doubts? I mean, right now I'm here, just that girls you have asked me doubt on 23, so I'm going to work on 23, but I can come back to 21 and 22 if you have doubts. Okay? So 23, read out the question. So I have two numbers. Okay. Number which been subtracted by each, subtracted from each ratio. Okay. So the existing ratio is two numbers. X is to, so there are two numbers which are in the ratio 19 is to pen is troubling me. Okay. X is to y it is in the ratio 19 is to 31. Okay. When I subtract, a particular number from both the terms, okay, it becomes 1 is to 4. Okay. So, 19, I mean, 19a, I can take it as 19x into 31y, I mean 31x as well. But if you take 19 and 13 also, you will arrive at the same numbers only. The working will be easier. That way also you can work. So here you will get a as 15 if you solve this. And what have you found? What is it 15? X 15 is the number being subtracted. Hmm? Any questions for 21 and 22? Okay, got it. Take your time, work. No, no issues. Hmm? Ah, remote இங்க இருக்கு நினைக்கிறேன். நீ ஆஃப் பண்ணியே என் டைரக்ஷன்ல ஏதாவது திருப்பி விட்டியா? ஆஃப் பண்ணியே என் டைரக்ஷன்ல திருப்பி விட்டியா? ஆஃப் தானே பண்ணிருக்கேன். இது சடனா எனக்கு அது அந்த மாதிரி இருந்துச்சு. Did you on that? அது ஆன்ல தான் இருக்க முதல்ல இருந்து. ம் முடிச்சிட்டியா? ம் 24? 25? You don't knowங்கறியா? ஒர்க் அவுட் பண்ணலாம். முடிக்கட்டும். Done with 21? Guys, 21, 22, 23, 24. Which sum are you guys in? I'll continue with 25. I'll get back to you for if you have any doubts on the previous sums. So they're saying two ratios, I mean the ratio between speed of two trains are 7:8. Okay, they've given you the second train's measurements. So basically, what is speed? Madam, Biomax. Speed formula. Distance by time taken. Okay, so say the first train is A, the second train is B. Okay, so their speed is in the ratio. So second train speed is 400 by which is 8. Correct? That's they have given. So how do you find out the first train? Option C for which question? Sorry? 25, yeah. The speed of the second train is 80. Because they are in the ratio 7:8. I mean, have you completed till 20, I mean, the 21, 22, 23 and 24? Okay, let me know if you have questions. I'll leave you to a short break, 5 minutes, and then we'll continue with proportion. எப்போலேருந்து பேட்ச் ஆரம்பிச்சிச்சு உங்களுக்கு? ம் 20? 25 you're done, right? 21 and 22. Okay, I can work 1 minute. 21 and 22, right? 24. Okay, right. Okay. So first 21. 21, what are they saying? So your 2s is to 3t is equal to, it's a duplicate ratio, okay. So again, here you have to use a minus b the whole square formula. Sorry. Is equal to 4s square plus p square minus 4sp divided by 9t square plus p square minus 6tp. Okay. This has to be cross multiplied with 18. Maybe 18 la varum. 18st plus 2sp square 12stp is equal to 12
minus 12
So your this and this can be cancelled because they are on the opposite side with a similar sign. So I can group are you able to follow me till this? So 12st squared minus, sorry, 18st squared minus is equal to, so taking out the common variables,
3p minus 2s can be squared into 3d minus.
got it? So I can cancel out these two, which will give me p square is equal to, which is option A. Then moving on to 24 is your question, right? Let's see. Mm. 24. So my earnings minus expense will be my savings. Okay. My earnings are in the ratio of 4:5. My expenses are in the ratio of 7:9. Okay, which means my 4x minus for this particular person A, let this person be B. For A, 4x minus 7y is equal to 50. Okay, for B, 5x minus 9y is equal to 50. Both of the savings are same. With me till here?
Yes.
Okay. So this is just solving of simple equation. You multiply this equation with 5, you multiply this equation with 4, and then subtract, both the equations. You will get y to be 50 and x to be 100. But again, you are not asked to find x and y. What are you asked to find? Which is the earnings, which is you have to multiply. So you have to multiply earnings, which is your x, with your ratio. So x's earnings is 400, y's earning is 500. Clear? Absolutely, but to use the trial and error method, you will have to form the equations first. If you're able to form the equation, then you can use the trial and error method. I wish touch works. Yes. So let's move on. Clear with ratios so far? What is the proportion? Two ratios. Okay, equality of two ratios. So so it is basically, if I have A is to B, which will be equal to my C is to D. Okay, or I can write this as A by B is equal to C by D, which is ultimately this. So nothing but product of the extreme is equal to product of the mean. And then there's something called as mean proportion, which is nothing but my B squared, which is the mean, okay, is equal to root of AC. Sorry, which is equal to AC. B square is equal to AC, which means B is equal to root of AC. This is proportion. Basic, these are the basic formulas that you need to know. Basic terms at least. Mean, extremes, product of mean is equal to product of extreme, and then the mean proportion. So this is the fourth term, third term, and accordingly of a proportion. Okay. Can we dive into questions? The fourth proportion. So you're given three numbers. Okay. What does that mean? And they're asking for fourth proportion. They're saying all the three numbers are in a proportion. Okay. So which means your 4, 6 and the last number is 12. I mean x. Okay. So A is to B is equal to C is to D. What is your A is to B? 4 is to 6 is equal to 8 is to x. So 4 by is equal to x is equal to sorry. Next question, they are asking for the third proportion. What is the third proportion? B is equal to root of AC. B is equal to root of A into C, which is sorry. You don't have C, right? So, which means 18 is equal to 12x, root 12x. Or other 18 square is equal to, you can also write it this way, 18 square is equal to, because you don't, root of 12 will become in decimal, write it this way. So 18 square by 12 is equal to x. That is the mean proportion. Difference between 2 and 3. 2, they are asking for the third proportion, which means the third number they are asking, which is C. Okay. B is they are asking for the mean proportion, which means they are asking for B. So it's straight substitute. B is equal to root of AC. Five nines are 45. The number which has same ratio. Exactly. 6 is to 13 is equal to x is to 26. 12 because the answer is 12. None of this. Two. Fourth proportion, right? So 2a by a squared is equal to c by x. X is equal to a squared c by 2a. Till 5 it's okay?
Yes, ma'am.
15 by 2. So here the important thing is, again going back to max basic, when you do 1 by 2 by 1 by 3, it will become 1 by 2 into 3 by 1, which is 3 is 3 by 2. Which is nothing but your inverse ratio. Hmm? 7, shall we? They're asking for the mean proportion again. So which is B. B is equal to 12x squared into B is equal to 11 is quite simple. Ninth one? You're not able to get? Simple தானே. Ninth. What does your 9 say? A by? So which means A is to B is to C is in the ratio. Substitute and do all of them. Is equal to you're not able to get what? 8. Okay, so basically whenever numbers are in a ratio, I mean numbers are in a proportion, when they say A by, this is by 1, right, is equal to B by 2, then which is equal to C by 5, then that means they are in the ratio of 1 is to 2 is to 5. Because see, whenever you compare a ratio, this denominator has to be the same. Correct. So only when this is 1, this is 2, this is 5, when they are in this particular ratio, they will be equal. Okay, so so to simply say A is equal to B by 2. Okay, what will make my B, what number should my B be in order to be with equal to A? It should be 2. Then only this will become 1. Got it. So similarly, A is equal to C by 5. Then the denominator and the numerator must be the same in order to be equal to A. So whenever you have such an, it's just a shortcut. Whenever you say A is equal to B by something, C by something, then A is to B is to C will automatically render as the ratio of the denominator. Got it? Yeah. இது 10th P by Q is equal to R by S, which is equal to, okay, and நான் decimal இருந்து remove பண்ணிட்டு just writing as 2515 will be easier, okay, which is nothing but 5 by 3. What are you asked to find out? Correct? Multiplication, cross multiplication. Since your PS and QR is the same, PS into QR, I mean PS is to QR will be 1:1. 11th will be? Hmm. Hmm? Okay, Tillia? Hmm? முன்னாடி உட்காந்துக்கணும்னு நினைச்சுக்கிறேன் எதுவும் இல்லை கண்டினியூ just start practicing with a ruled note instead of an unruled because your exam papers will be in ruled internal. So if you space it out neatly and right, then it will be a practice for you. Till 12 clear? All clear? No doubts, right? Tenth, yeah. 10th somewhere. So 10th is your P by Q is equal to R by S, which is 2.5 into 1.5. Since it's decimal, I'm just converting that into whole number by multiplying both denominator and numerator by 10, which gives me 25 by 15, which is nothing but 3 by 5 by 3. Okay? Okay. So here I can, since P by Q is equal to R by S, I can cross multiply it, right? PS is equal to RQ, which is equal to 5 by 3.
Yes.
Okay. So ultimately then they are asking for the ratio of PS into QR, which is nothing but the same, right? Because PS and QR are the same. So it will be 1:1. Thirteenth. You got it? 10th is okay for you? You're not audible.
Was by the
Okay. So what have they given in the question? P by Q is equal to R by S, correct? And they've given it in decimal terms.
No, I got that part.
You got till this? Okay, great. So my P by Q is equal to R by S. I can cross multiply when I have a term like this. So I'm cross multiplying and writing PS is equal to QR. Okay, which is given to me by as 5 by 3, right? So they are asking you for what ratio?
PS QR.
Both are equal, right?
Yes.
So I'll get 5.3 is to 5.3, which is nothing but 1:1.
Okay.
Hmm?
Is there? Okay.
10th. Got it?
Yes, no, thank you.
Yeah, no issues. 10th, you guys have some doubts in there? Which is 1:1. They are asking for 1:1 dane. The options does not have 5. Oh, option has 5 by 3. But see, this is where again reading the question becomes important. What are they asking you?
PS by 2.
PS is to QR. The question is very clear on that. They're asking you for the ratio. So you have to represent your answer also in ratio. 5 by 3 is also 5 by 3 is also right. But that's not the question. So 13th, A by B is equal to 3 by 2. C by B by C is equal to 3 by 5. They're asking you for, see, whenever they ask you question like this, bring one term as the same. So here your B is represented by 2x. It's ideally x, right? Correct. And your B is to C is represented by 3y by 5y. Correct. They are in multiples of 3 and 2, 3 and 5. Okay. So bring B as B is common in both. Okay. Have a common factor here. So multiply the first equation by 3. Multiply the second ratio by 2. So what will you get? 9 by 6. 6 by 10. So your ratio will be 9:6:10. 11th. 5 by 3 தான். அது வேல்யூ தானே கேக்குறாங்க உனக்கு. 14th is very similar to 9. We just did 9. 14 and 9 are similar. Thirteen and 15 are similar. If it's okay with you all, we'll move to 16. Shall we? Okay. Where are you? Similar. Or do you want 2 minutes to finish? Ah, okay. Take. Hmm? 15 is option D, right? Okay. So coming to 16, what are they saying?
Division of rupees 750 into 3 parts, ratio 4:5.
Hmm. Hmm. So they're saying 4x plus 5x plus 6x is equal to 750. So there are 3 things which are divided, which when divided becomes in the ratio of 4:5:6. Okay. So x is equal to 50. Thereby you can find the numbers. They are asking for the value of numbers. Hmm. 17. Move on. முடிச்சிட்டியா 25 வரைக்கும் முடிச்சிட்டியா 30 வரைக்கும் முடிச்சிட்டியா லாஸ்ட் வரேன் ஈஸி தானே ம் ஆக்சுவலி 28 வந்து ஆப்ஷன் ரூல் போய்க்கும் அதான் ஈஸி 29 பண்ணலாம் 30 17 is okay. Were you able to work out 17?
Yes, ma'am.
17 and you have doubt in 13 or you haven't worked out 13 and okay 13, see this is just a shortcut that I was telling you 13 must be, yeah, so So whenever you have ratios like this, no, A is to B is equal to 3 by 2, B is to C is equal to 3 by 5. Okay, both has B as common, right? What is the ratio? Ratio is again when we went to when we were discussing the basics. Here it doesn't mean A is equal to 3. Okay, A is a multiple of 3. Okay, here again B is a multiple of 2. Okay, it could be any number. Any number which is in the ratio of 3 is to 2 can represent A and B. Okay, similarly your B and C. Okay, B is in this particular scenario, when B is compared with C, B becomes in the ratio, multiple of 3. Okay, and C is in the multiple of 5. Okay, so so whenever you have such a scenario, bring the common digit. Here the common variable is B, right? Bring B in the same, same number. Here, when compared with A, B is in a multiple of 2, but when compared with C, B is in a multiple of 3. Okay, I am asking you to bring B as one number, which is, here the common number is 6. Okay, so multiply the first equation with 3 and multiply the second B by C with 2. So you will arrive at 9 by 6 and 6 by 10.
Okay.
Okay, so this ultimately renders that A is to B is to C will be 9 is to 6 is to 10. Whatever you are getting here, 9, A is represented by 9, B is represented by 6, C is represented by 10. So their ratio will also be represented by 9 is to 6 is to 10.
Okay.
'Any doubts in 17? You want me to work out? You're done? I'll work out. So there are 3 people, okay, whose present age adds to, and 10 years earlier their ratio is 7 is to. So which means take their ages to be A minus 10 is to B minus 10 is to C minus 10, which is in the ratio of, correct. So what does this mean? A minus 10 is equal to 7x. Okay. Similarly, B minus 10 is equal to 8x and C minus 10 is equal to 9x. With me, Dilya?
Yes, ma'am, I have no doubt.
You have no doubts. Great. Okay. So my A is equal to 7x plus 10, B is equal to 8x plus 10, C is equal to 9x plus 10. If I add these, it will be 150. Right. So find x. Seven plus 8 is 15. 15 plus 9 is 24. 120 divided by 24. You have minus 10 எல்லாத்துலயும் இருக்குல்ல. So x will render as 5. Now find ABC. 45, 50, 50, 55. So your A is equal to plus 10. This is 45. Eighteen is just asking you to find the fourth term. Okay, so it's basically by 16, 14 by 16 is equal to 35 by x. X is equal to 18 to 22 is flat theory. I want you guys to go through the theory portion and then come back with an answer to me. Come back with an explanation to me as what these terms mean. Again, 23 is just very similar to 18. 6. 23 is? 25, they're asking for b. b is equal to root of 26 is very similar to 14 or something that we saw earlier. Shall we? 27? Any questions till 26? Sorry? Okay, do you want 5 minutes time? Yeah, which sum are you in? 25. Got it. Take your time. முடிக்கட்டும் வெயிட் பண்ணு. 20? No doubts, right? Before that also no doubts? 19 to 20, 22 is theory, blank theory. So I've asked you to go through the theory portion, come back to me with explanation of each terms. 23, 24 are all similar problems. 25 is also just finding the mean proportion. 26 also we have dealt earlier. So moving on to 27. Okay, great. So 27, there are two, shall we 27? So there are two numbers which are in the ratio of 3:4. A is to B, which is the two numbers, they are in the ratio of 3:4. If 6 is added to each number, that is 3x plus 6 is equal to 4 by 5. So x is equal to 6. But what are they asking you for? The numbers. So 3 into 18, 28. See, you have again is equal to b by 5, which means a is to b is in the ratio of 4:5. Correct. So here you just have to be, this problem itself is substitution method only. You just have to go by the option method. So whenever you have this, you will consider A as 4 and B as 5. Whichever satisfies both LHS and RHS, then that's the option. Hmm? 28 is B. Hmm. Hmm. $29. Simple, Dana. Why did you get confused? A is equal to 4B. So, okay. So 4B by B is equal to B by 4B. 5 by 2. Root 4 plus 1 by root 4, which is 2 plus 1 by 2. This is again very similar to your 30, just that you had 4 and 5 there, instead of which you will take x value as b plus c minus a, y value as c plus a minus b, z value as a plus b minus c. So these will be the values of x, y and z. And then you substitute in this equation. In the 1 and the 0. Everything will get cancelled. Repeat.
We take here 4 and here and then substitute it down.
No, here it will not become 0, right? Only here it will become 0. Only in this option it will become 0. See, in this option you will have 0 and 5. I mean 0 and 10, sorry. In this option you will have 0 and 8, 8 and 0 rather. Here it will be 8, 0.
We arrive at 0 with the combination.
It will become infinity. So both will become infinity. So only this is right. Both of you have study material at home? Not purchase study material? Have access to study material online? So, I know indices and logarithm is pending, but there are additional questions. Okay, wow. So here I want you guys to identify ratio and proportion questions and solve them. If you have any questions, get back to me. By next Tuesday, I'll give you one whole week to do this, but this is to be followed, and any questions you have to get back to me. Okay, or you have to get back to me with answers as well. There are totally 109 questions, okay, of which identify, so this will have logarithm and indices questions as well. So I want you guys to first of all identify, because identifying the question from which chapter it is very integral part of your exam. Okay, that's why I want you guys to do this. I don't want you to solve all 109. I just want you to identify which is proportion and ratio question, which ideally looks similar. So I don't want you to mark which is proportion, which is ratio. That I don't want you to do. But of this 109, I want you to know which is ratio and proportion, and then solve that. Come back to me with answers. I'll give you one whole week time. Next Tuesday, we'll discuss the answers. Last 30 minutes. Okay. Cool. I'll wind up today's class. I'll meet you on Thursday. Done? Guys, okay?
Yes.
Good with the, additional questions. You will have to, you understood what I said, right? Identify of the 109 questions, identify ratio and proportion, and come back to me with answers. Or if you have more questions, yes, always welcome. Come back to me. Okay, cool. I'll see you on Thursday. Are the timings comfortable? Do you want me to shift 8 instead of 7:30? 7:30 is okay? 7:30 is okay with you too? Okay, I don't mind. I'll talk to, that. No, I understand. So it's okay for me, but there's one more girl who is traveling, right? She hasn't reached. Can you guys reach out to her as well? I mean, do you have her contact? Ritika, I think. Oh, she went out of town. Okay. Okay, let me check on the timing and I'll get back to you guys. 8 is okay with me, not an issue. Okay? Yeah, done. Bye. Yes.